just gonna do a quick video on the Angry Video Game Nerd, because I've been watching a lot of his stuff lately, and by a lot I just mean literally only one season, but that's okay. I still have some thoughts I want to just talk about and riff about real quick, so I guess here we go. As for what the Angry Video Game Nerd does, he's a nerd and he's angry about video games. That's all you really need to, think about and know. He the word nerd, which stereotypically usually refers to some like uptight, really annoying, high-performing, unathletic loser. And he takes that stereotype that people usually have and he shoots it up its own ass, and he just makes being a nerd look fun. Like, I've never wanted to be a nerd more in my life. His editing is witty, it's charming, it's fun. His comedy is freaking hilarious. Every joke he's made has either got me crying on the floor or at least got me smirking. With a nerd, you usually hear words like stinky poo-poo or bad person, but this dude's not afraid to hit you with some fucking slammers, dude. He just goes on. The shit jokes they get deeper and deeper with every passing episode, and it's just hilarious. I just am laughing my butt off every single day. I just start binging the rest of season 1, and I only am really on season 1, and that's the only one I've actually finished, which is the only one I could really judge. But I mean, I thought it was stellar, considering the time it was in. That was what, 2006, 2007, so he's making those kind of bangers back then. I mean, hats off to him. He's unique. He's truly just somebody I would never, ever expect to be, like, popping off. And I really think if he were in today's landscape, he would easily have doubled the amount of subs he has now. Because that kind of authenticity is basically dead at this point. It's so hard to find YouTubers that are that unique, that willing to be different, and that willing to just enjoy what they do. And it's really inspiring, I think. He's just a fantastic, super hilarious guy, and I love every bit of his show. And the craziest part is that judging from the view counts, it looks like that the seasons after, immediately after season 1, 2, 3, 4, those are like his prime, his peak, where he's just absolutely balling all over people. He's funny all the time. His editing, although choppy right now, it seems to get a lot better. It makes sense. The internet was a freaking caveman world back then, and I mean, to go from caveman to medieval times is a pretty big jump, if you ask me. And I'm just really excited to watch his content. I think he's just super hilarious, super underrated. I'm amazed he doesn't have 10 mil subs, because someone that funny in the gaming review world doesn't have more than those amount of subs. And wow. And I'm aware that there's some strange controversies with him that go around, about his friends and stuff like that, and that's whatever. But I think him as a person, he's just great. Like, I don't understand why more people don't watch his content. I just assume it's an algorithm thing. The YouTube algorithm hates anything from 10 years ago that either A, is not the first YouTube video ever, or B, is not under the time length of 20 seconds. I mean, hey, he might be at the end of his prime, but or past his prime, but my god, what a prime. I'll also make an update video on what I think about seasons like 2, 3, 4 and all that, but for right now, I mean, this single season is just great. There wasn't any standout episodes. There weren't any jokes that made me just like die on the floor laughing that I can remember off the top of my head. But there are jokes that if I were to hear again, I'd probably have the same, rolling on the floor dying type of reaction. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would review something like this. Is it something you would typically review? I'm not sure, but if I had to review it, easy 9 out of 10. It's just nothing really stood out. Everything was just 9 out of 10 across the board, and that's why I think it deserves it. And yeah, that's about it. Peace out.